I just did a piece where I worked on this. What is this? It's a watercolor paper by Canson. This is what it looks like. 11 by 15. I like this paper. I do. And one time I wasn't working in journals. I was working in loose papers thinking, well, I'll bind them. But then I didn't. So I started picking up journals again. So I wouldn't have to worry about the whole binding thing. But now I want to play in loose ones again. I can give them away. I can sell them. I can frame them, put them on my own wall. I can put them together and bind them one day. Yeah, that works well. But I really do like the paper. It's a really nice, substantial weight watercolor paper. It takes some licking and keeps on ticking. And it's not horribly expensive. I'm trying to think where I got this. I may have gotten this at Michael's, or I may have ordered it through Amazon. I honestly don't remember. I think Amazon. So anyway, I'll put links to all this below so that you can grab it if you want it. If you're a prime girl like I am and like getting things in 2 days with no extra shipping costs. So what I had to do though is I had to raise this camera, my little Dumaflachi. I had to raise it up because it's hard to get all of this in. I'm used to working on a journal that's about this big, and I was losing part of this on the last video I did. So let's see what I'm going to do today. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a figure or if I'm going to do florals, but I think what I'm going to do is just start with some background papers and just go for it fast and furious and see what happens. Who knows, right? I had done a bunch of jelly printing on black tissue paper, and so I'm bringing some of that out at this point. I'm not sure what else. This is some I did on a book page, and it's got some metallic in there, and I don't know, I may use the whole thing. I really like that. This was also on the book page. So I'm just kind of playing around here to see what I like, what colors I like. Alright. I have no idea how this is going to work, so let's just go at it and see. Now this is really daring. I mean, I haven't done this before. Painting an entire piece completely black before I even begin. So, yeah, I'm gutsy today. But sometimes I like the contrast, doing something on black. So I'm gonna, that's why I originally got black gesso, and then I think by the time I got it and got it out, I forgot the idea I had that I wanted to do with it. So I've just been kind of using it here and there, but not like this. And I think I wanted to do something like this back when I got it. It's only been sitting here for 2 or 3 years. But if you get good quality art supplies and you store them properly, they're not going to dry up and go away in a week or two. Okay, so here's my dilemma. This is going to be a throw down a bunch of collage things and then do something over top of it. But honestly, now that I've got this black down here, I'm conflicted. I don't know if this is the way I want to go or not. I'm wondering if I want to do something completely different. I mean, I'll lay this stuff out here and just see, but it's not speaking to me yet. So, when I'm in my journal, I do go fast a lot of times because I'm not trying to make a piece of art. This is the problem with taking a page out of a watercolor tablet and thinking more about this being a piece of art. Then I worry a little bit too much about it. But here's the thing. I've got plenty more of this, and I can do another page if I want to do something different with it. Because I had a couple of ideas in mind. And so I'm liking the way I'm trying to get this white border off of this. Okay. I kind of like the way this looks, so I think I'm going to glue this down. And I think I'm going to do some kind of figure over top. And I'll figure it out when I come to it. But I might rearrange my pieces with the idea of that figure being on top. So let me just play around here a minute. So I'm thinking before I glue these down, I'm going to do some little filler in here. Just something really light and airy, like some script in white ink. I think that might be cool. So I have a charcoal white that can be seen on the darker colors, and then I have my Stabilo, all Stabilo. There it is. Paper, glass, metal, plastic, writes on about anything, and it's water soluble when you're done. So it can do some really cool things. So I'm going to just start kind of fleshing out what I want here. gonna stop here for the night and pick it up some more, hopefully tomorrow, before I have to go to work. I'm not sure how I'm gonna like it, but it's still a work in progress. I'm having fun. Okay, so it's a couple of days later. Work schedule's just too busy to let me come home and do it sometimes when I'm too tired. So I finished up my 3 in a row, and I want to play with this a little bit, and I'm not really sure where I want to go with it, but I've just put out some different little collage papers. I think I don't want to cover over the whole thing with acrylic paint. That's what I'm thinking. I want more bits and pieces to come through. When I painted this, I went back with a wet baby wipe and took some of this off because I still wanted some of the texture of the papers underneath to come through. And I don't want to obliterate her face and just cover everything with acrylic paint. I just don't. I like some of the things that are going on. I think I'm going to play with what's going on and add some to it and just see what happens. So let's play, shall we? This is my little basket that I've got like small little bits and pieces of papers in. And then I have a bigger basket here that I'm putting larger pieces of paper in. So it just helps me look for things easier. And that just stays under my desk where I can get to it quick. I like everything right around me. this out because I thought this would be really good to use for the eyes. And the reason is it's got the darker hue, which is blue in this case, but it gradiates into some lighter green, and there's some white. So I'm going to try to place this to where it gives me the little reflection of the eye and everything all in one swoop. So I think it would be helpful to draw on this first. Alright, so if I mess this up, it's alright, I got lots of other places. This is one time that I do want to cut and not tear. I tear when I want to blend it into the area around it. But when it's a strong line like an eyeball, or the side of the face, or the side of the neck. You can see I tore the one that I want to blend into the neck, but then I cut along the outer edge to give it a smooth edge to the neck. So that's my method to my madness on that, if you're wondering. Alright, let's see how I like this. Tweezers come in handy when you're doing this kind of little small paper piece and collage work. I like that. I may take a little bit off the bottom, but I'm not even sure I'm going to do that. And what I like about it is the darker blue is at the top, where you tend to have more shading. I've got the reflection here, so the next one I do, I want that reflection to be in the same place in the eye. And the only thing I'm going to do is just kind of come inward just a little bit on that. And I'm going to put that down so I don't overthink it. I know y'all probably don't have that problem, overthinking things, but yay, I like that. Now to get the other one to match. Yeah, that's the interesting part. Let me look around here. I think I found what I want. Put that kind of in the same direction because I'm going to use that. Alright, there's my other eyeball. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as far as matching the other one, the close, you know, just so, well, the reflection on the same side of the eye, basically. But it doesn't have to be an exact match. All right, let's stick it down. Very cool. Now, I need to look at her a minute and see. This is the part that I need to be careful because I do not want to overdo. I want to keep some rawness to this face. I don't want to cover every inch of the black. So I still have the black forehead up here with some stamping I did on it. I like that. Lots of paper, a lot of this paper is still visible that I put here. And then I tried to choose papers that would kind of segue from this lighter into the black for the shadowed side over here. this darker paper. It's not going to do it. I'm not crazy about the starkness of this, so I think I'm going to go over a little bit of it. I'm trying to decide how. So that little bit of black there is going to bother me because I'm trying to lighten it. Yeah, I like that. I like that. This is just some little scrapbook paper I had years ago, and boy, I have used it. And a lot of work like this, actually. One thing about doing jelly printing over really old book pages, they tear so nicely, unlike like a new book would. So if you can get an old vintage book of some kind and pull pages out and do your jelly printing, they just tear beautifully. Because they're half rotted, probably. That's probably why. Works in our favor, though. Now, the only thing about doing this, I have tons of tiny little scraps all right here. So there's, I don't know, I'm just going to look at it a minute and see what I think. Make sure everything's down good. So when I bought these Yoo-Hoo sticks, I bought the big fat ones. And I tell you, for stuff like this, the smaller ones would be better, but I'm out of them. And so I opened my pack I bought of a case off of Amazon, so I can't really justify going and buying thinner ones. But I don't know, I ought to go in with a friend next time and one of us buy the fat ones, one buy the skinny ones, and split them half and half or something. But they're making do. It's all right. And it's going to dry clear. So if it gets outside the lines a little bit, I'm not going to freak about it. Cheese. Finding little pieces here and there that didn't get stuck down just because it's such. Now the other thing you can do with this, I use Yoo-Hoo on this, it's a really good glue, but you can also use your gel matte medium. But this takes a while and the thing has to stay open, and I'm just, you know, don't really want to waste it or have it going, getting hard on me or whatever. So what I am attempting to do here, let's see if I like this. I'm not married to it yet. I'm just trying it out. The eyebrow over here is hidden, and I want to get a hint of one here. But I don't know if this is the way I want to go about it or not. This is a piece that has, it's probably hard for you to see. It's got some lighter gold and gold metallic. Kind of like this. It's stuff off here. So it's a piece of what I did that from. And I was thinking about using the shape of the gears to suggest an eyebrow. I don't know if I want to do a really bright white in the eyes, if that's going to be too stark. So what I'm starting with is some of my charcoal pencils. And, what this is? I don't know. But I'm just seeing if I like it. And then I can go in and lighten it up with a little more of the white. This is the beauty of oil pastels right here, is blending the colors together and what it does. So where you would have, I don't know if you can see this, I'm trying to get it up here. Where you would have this kind of broken area, when you go over it with another color, it sort of begins to blend it in. Okay. So that's why I'm just continuing to go over these colors. You know what? I think I'm going to sign it with a white pen at the bottom, and I'm going to make this done. I really like that. So, hopefully you can see it well. Now I have to clean up all these little bits of paper on my desk. If you're going to do this kind of paper piecing, the one thing I will tell you to do is stop every so often and stretch your neck. I carry tension around my neck and shoulders. And when I'm working with small paper piecing, then I tend to have to go to the chiropractor more. So I just need to remind myself to stop and just do some neck rolls and stretch and arch my back and that sort of thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm happy with how it turned out. Okay, very good. Y'all have a great day. Thank you for joining me. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Leave me comments. I love talking back and forth to you. Ask any questions you want to ask, and direct me to your channel if you have one and you do this sort of thing. And I love to see what everyone else is doing as well. I spend way too much time on YouTube, but I'd rather do YouTube than television, to be honest with you. So, yeah, have a great day. Get out there, play, have fun, create. Just put some color down on some paper. It's extremely therapeutic. See y'all next time. Bye.